Today's video is sponsored by Snoopy. Not really. Just this feels like this is kind of the attitude today. It's Wednesday, my day off. I've got my nice iced caramel macchiato with coconut milk, not a quad shot, which I usually do a quad shot. But I was thinking about the straw. So I'm a full-time massage therapist, full-time husband, full-time part-time, I guess you'd say, step parent, because we have them half and half, one week, then the other week, and then I am a full-time creator of my own life. Everybody is. Whether you think you are or not, you definitely are. Welcome to my brain. Your lymphatic system. So I do not want to do the norm. The norm is creating this perfect video that shows the professionalism of, hey, I'm a massage therapist and this is the way this is supposed to be. And what I'm going to share with you today is basically what I understand the lymphatic system to be. Your lymphatic system, if you don't know, your heart pumps blood to all your extremities, all of them, to the top of the head, to the bottom of the feet, to the fingertips. Your lymphatic system in the vein system is what brings it back to the heart, so it can be cycled through just like a big old circle, but it cleans it on the way through. You'll find that the lymphatic system is on the back side of the body is more on the front side of the spine. So it's really more intricate into the rib cage. Now, this is my understanding. If you're like a science nut and mind, body, whatever, this is my interpretation. Take it for what it is, not medical advice, whatever. Your lymphatic system on your back is not as in detail as on your front. The front of your body and your sides hold a lot more lymphatic complexity than your back. Have you ever noticed that when you get a massage and you have neck pain and you have back pain, that they work on those, how long does it stay good for? That's a question that I want every massage therapist, everybody who's ever gotten a massage. If you get a massage, I have neck pain, back pain, whatever, they work on your pain, how long does it last? A day? An hour? Two? A week or two? My goal, it's not everybody's goal, my goal is to get everybody out to about a month. Monthly maintenance, that's my goal. And if you get a massage, I've gotten massages before that feel phenomenal, and I fall asleep and I twitch and I probably drool a little bit, snore a little bit. I've had those massages and they feel phenomenal for that instant gratification. But when I come in with a problem and they work my problem areas and they don't understand the lymphatic system the way I do, I feel good for about 30 minutes or until I get off the table. Probably about 30 minutes after I get off the table. That's typically how long it lasts for me. So when I have a massage client that comes in and they say, hey, my necks, my back, low back, all that stuff. If I've had my clients come in regularly, even a couple times, you're like, whatever you find, that's what I trust. That's what they say to me. And it's really important that I take that wholeheartedly, because they're putting their life, their body, their mind, their energy in my space, in my hands. And I think every massage therapist should have that same mindset. We have a lot of things of, I'm doing this as my job, as my lifestyle, as XYZ. I need to pay my bills, so I need to do these massages. And you're not listening to your client. That does a real disservice. So my goal in massage is to help you, is to create a space, an environment to where you can reconnect with your body. Technology, we're all distracted, squirrel. We're in a panic attack. We have to really get within our own body and reconnect with it. Your body will tell you exactly when it has something going on. Your body will tell you, hey, I don't feel right, help out, whatever the case may be. For a perfect example, has anybody ever had an itch between the shoulder blades? They do that whole, like, find a corner. If I go to my toolbox over here that's 20, 30 years old, and I like do that whole back scratch itch to try to get these back muscles to ease up, and the itch I can't get deep enough, that is your body telling you that the lymphatic system is not happy. That's telling you that if you have an itch between the shoulder blades, or women where your bra strap is at in the back through here, that's your body letting you know that the front needs work. Now, if you itch it and it goes away and it stays away, perfect. If you itch it, goes away, comes back. Same thing with heat. If you have chronic neck tension, chronic lower back tension, you put heat on it. Once you take the heat on, or once you take the heat off of it, it comes back. That's not the problem. That's your body telling you that you need chest work, core work, and your glutes flushed. All, so far, from the way I understand the lymphatic system, all your lower back pain, unless you have an actual injury or tear or something like that, bulge disc, we'll come back to that, is really due to your lymphatic system being congested. Why do ribs pop out? Why does, if I'm perfectly aligned and I do something too aggressive or whatever, and I can feel a pop, or I just feel like my muscles have pulled my ribs out or my spine out of alignment, don't you think the body's smart enough to realize what's going on? Don't you think the body's able to heal that process? Now, I'm all for chiropractic. Chiropractic is great as long as you couple it with massage. That's why I like where I work so much. I couples the massage with the chiropractic. I've worked for several chiropractors over the years. I worked for physical therapy at a physical therapy place for 5 years. I love learning all that information. And it's really good when you find a physical therapist that does manual therapy with it. But there's definitely, from the way I understand the body, there's so much more that can be done. And I'm not the end all. There's people that come in and see me, and I'm like, I can help you kind of de-stress a little bit. I can help the lymphatic system and help your body around a little bit, but you need more help. And I don't have any problem saying that. There's a lot of people who say, I'm going to do this for 6 to 8 weeks, whatever, and then give you a pill. We're not going to go down that road because that is not a fun road that I like to talk nicely about, especially with my wife's health condition. We're not going to talk about her either. But the medical field, just based upon the volume of, one, follow money. 2, if you're healthy, they don't have a job. And 3, how long do you actually stay good for? Just until the next prescription runs out? Just until the next pill runs out? The main question right now is, what you do, how long does it last? Has anybody tried rebounding? Rebounding is a great way to open up the lymphatic system. Rebounding is basically taking the tube and opening it up. So if you don't have a rebounding, basically a trampoline to bounce off of, you can basically go up and drop on your heels. Up, drop on your heels. As you drop on your heels, your lymphatic system is opening. And when I do this, I get chills. I can feel like, that's honestly the best boost. If you feel like complete crap and you don't feel like you're in a good mood and you just want to feel better, do that. Super simple. You don't have to have a rebounder. You can do this on wood. You can do this on concrete. You can go fast like that. When I feel you can, I would go slow. Start there. Start going up. Drop on your heels. See how the reverberation of my body? That's called rebounding. I'm using my calf muscles to push my body up, and I'm letting my heels hit the ground. By doing this action of coming up, I'm using my calf muscles, and that is forcing the lymphatic system back to the heart quicker. When I drop my heels on the ground, like that, the tubes, the valves that are a one-way system, they're basically like this. So in the tube, it's going to open and close. Open, close, open, close. When I come up, the blood pushes through, shuts back down. Actually, it's opposite. It's this way. So when I use my calf muscles, that's what happens. Now when I go down and hit hard, like on a rebounder, it forces all of them to go. Like that. If your heart is beating 100 beats per minute, and the old philosophy is the lymphatic system moves slowly, I would like to challenge that. This is the official challenge to anybody who's a lymphatic expert, a medical expert that is not based upon medicine as a cure-all. Anybody who's had cancer, anybody who had lymphedema, all of those things. Is the lymphatic system slow? If it is slow, say heart beats 100 beats per minute and you're bedridden, yeah, you'll build up with fluid a little bit, but are you going to die? No. Why not? Your muscles aren't moving the lymphatic system. Yeah, breathing is going to cause some of it, but your heart pushes the body through the system, pushes the blood through the system. They say the lymphatic system is kind of like a closed-ended system. So is your blood, but they're both connected. So if I have the pumping of the heart going like this, each time it pumps out, there's new blood that comes into it, and it continues to do that. So the mindset of your lymphatic system is slow is incorrect. It's the same as your heartbeat. When you have a higher heart rate, it's going to pump faster. When you're using your muscles, it's going to pump faster, but so is your heart already. When you sleep, what happens to your heart rate? It slows. What happens to your body? It's not moving. So when you sleep at night, your heart slows to 50 beats per minute, some less. My dad had a heart attack 2018, early 2019, I think. I know because I got the call. I was an EMT at the time, and it came through the radio of my parents' address, and I was on the way home, and I hauled ass, got there, and he was sitting on the floor. Every time he tried to stand up, he couldn't. His blood pressure dropped. So I waited for the paramedics to arrive, and that is probably, for me, that is one of the most humbling things. That's why I became an EMT to begin with, is when you have one person down, one person's life is in danger, and you have 13 people show up from a small town. That's very humbling. It's a lot different nowadays. There's still that mindset of people want to help each other out, but with society and games and everything else, like people don't care for life as much. And so when my dad had a heart attack, his heart rate was really low, his blood pressure was really low, his lymphatic system was the same, and he finally passed away in 2019, not due to the heart, but due to renal failure. He was no longer a candidate for a kidney transplant. He's had 2 before. The last one was for my sister. She donated her kidney for him. And that one lasted, I think, 15 years, which is pretty uncalled for, pretty unreal that it lasted that long. But I miss him. And then, so people need to care about other people. And that's the driving force behind what I do. I care for people. I want them to feel better. I don't want you to feel better just for an hour or two or a day or two. I want weeks. Weeks. The goal when people come to see me is I want you to feel good for 2 weeks minimum. There was one guy who I worked on, did CrossFit. His waistband was so tight on his lymphatic system, on his hip line. His calves were always tight. His hamstrings were always tight. He had spasms in the legs. We opened up his lymphatic. We basically reset his lymphatic system. The pathways, the tubes, we reset that. We got the muscles woken up. We flushed the fluid off the glute system. His glute muscle actually gurgled when we got the fluid off of there because his band was so tight. He made the change. To get different underwear, not wear them at night. His massage, one massage, lasted him 4 weeks. Pretty good, right? Way better than 4 hours, 4 weeks. I've had other people, as I work on them, usually the first session lasts for anywhere from a half hour to 2 days. And then they, at that point in time, in 2 weeks' time, they start making changes, realizing that this is actually doing something. So then they make more changes. They use body pillows when they sleep. They don't wear underwear at night. They really limit the use of the lymphatics or of the clothing that they wear throughout the day, and then they do self-massage. And then the next session, we check everything again, make sure the muscles are firing like they should, educate more, work on a lot of the rib cage, chest line, pec line, a lot of core work, hip work, glute work. And next thing you know, they're a week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. And you know what? They're a month later, I'm like, you know what? I still feel good. That right there is a home run for me. My old boss would basically, when I would work on somebody and they would leave without pain, he'd call it a home run. I get that every day. Every day. I had a gentleman just here recently, neck pain, back pain, lower back pain, forever. Like, he's chronic issue. I asked him the last time they had a massage, how long did it last for? 30 minutes. Said, okay, let's look at what's going on. He had whitey tighties on. Way tight, like super tight, dude. And I said, how, you wear those at night, right? Oh yeah, I hardly ever take them off. I'm like, why? And he's like, habit. That's kind of a bad habit to have. So, we used a sheet and a blanket to tuck the underwear. We flushed his system. We got the muscles firing again. His one side of the glute muscle was stronger than the left, so the left hip was a lot weaker, which caused that imbalance in the hips, which causes the lower back to move more. But the big key thing was when he had the most discomfort was in the morning. So your heart is pumping blood throughout the day, moving nice and fast. It starts slowing. It gets really slow at night. Pushes blood out, new one comes back in, and just continually pushes. So when the heart slows and your muscles are not helping facilitate that movement, the heart has to work hard at night. It's going to work the same heart, it's going to work the same, but when it's returning blood flow and it's hitting the band, it's going to stay. It's going to build up pressure. So then when he goes to wake up, he uses his core muscles to try to pick himself up. He tries to pick the head up, which uses the core muscles, and he gets an ache in the neck, and the lower back hurts. Stop wearing your underwear at night. Ladies too. If you have a band, let's take this and pull this apart. But if you have a band like this, and you make it tight, see how the indent's there? And you keep it on you for a long period of time, what happens? Hand goes numb, right? Your lymphatic system is so sensitive, you have no idea. Like, so what I'll do is I'll do toe tests. So basically, I'll do dorsiflexion. So if somebody's laying like this, and I want to test the muscle, I have them bring the toes up, and I pull on the toe to see if it's weak. When I do that, then I flush each leg. When I get to the end of the session, and they're wearing underwear, obviously. I go back to the toe and I test the toe. It's weak. pick up the waistline. And he just picks it up, just basically puts a finger underneath of it just to break the band a little bit, or the tension on the skin from the band. Power. Put the underwear back on, no power. Lift the underwear, power. It's fast. It's not slow. And the reason why the fastness and slowness that I'm kind of stuck on it, I took a lymphatic class from a lady who I'm not going to mention her name. I do not recommend her. And that's basically the only lymphatic class I had. And she's been doing it for 40 years. And the biggest red flag is when somebody says that they're teaching this and they have 40 years experience and they tell you to forget everything you know. I'm not going to take stock in that. Everybody's experience is very valid, and trust, and you need to trust in that. So I was doing her technique on a lady, and I was working her hip line, and she wanted you to do like compressions on the belly button, and I'm like, no way, I'm not doing that. And the lady I was working on, and I refused to do the belly one, her lower back started aching. She had to pick her knees up to alleviate the pressure through here. I did my technique. She was able to put her legs back down. Now, I'm not saying mine's better. I'm not saying my technique is better, but I get results, and people keep coming back to me, and then they keep getting longevity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my knowledge with you for free. I'm not going to charge you nothing. I want everybody to get better. And challenge me. What do you have to lose? What do I have to lose? I'm always willing to learn new things. I have like the lower back leg situation, hip thing figured out. The upper body I'm still working on that because everybody's different. And there's so much complexity to it. I worked on a lady here the other day. She went and got shopping. She got new underwear. She quit wearing underwire bras. She found something that gave her a little bit of support, but wasn't that wire digging into her. She got basically rid of all of her underwear. She went to the no-show, Victoria's Secret no-show underwear that doesn't have a seam. So like you can see a seam right here. There's a seam right here. This material is like 91% cotton, and the rest of it is elastic. And that material is so soft and so fitting to the body that it doesn't have to be tight to stay on your body. And it's cotton. It's a win. When she came back through, and this was her second time to seeing me, night and day difference. Her legs powered up, her feet were strong. Now it was the issue that she was still wearing the bra. The question I have to the medical community for women is when you say women have dense breast tissue, what does that exactly mean? Because I'm a guy, yes, I know, but I can be respectful and still work on tissue and still feel the difference. But every woman that I've worked on, they all say that when they go get mammograms that they have dense breast tissue. And there's some women that are very much, it feels like a muscle, and other ones that it looks like water. Like my wife's are like, look like water, and she said that they have dense breast tissue. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Is it an imaging thing? Is it just a term to use so that way you come in every 6 months? Especially when you don't have a history. Like, the whole medical community is like, I have questions. And there's not a lot of answers, except for that's just the way we've done it. So this video has been pretty good. It's about 24 minutes long, and I'm pretty happy with it. But this is me. My name is Ben Johnston. I'm a licensed massage therapist by trade. I'm a jack of all trades by life. I'm interested in the quantum world. I'm interested in energy work. I've been doing energy work since 2002. So when I started off really slow, didn't really want to get too involved with it because it scared me. And then I realized I am energy. What the Bleep Do We Know is a great documentary. The Secret is what started it off for me. Actually, when I saw The Matrix, the first Matrix, that like hit my core like, that's me. That's what I want to be like, which is a very interesting concept. And I'm definitely in tune with my gut. If I don't trust my instincts over everybody else's, I beat myself up for it. Because if my truth is within me, your truth is within you. If we disagree, that's not my truth, that's your truth. And I don't have to have the same truth. So anyhow, that's just like a little brief intro into who I am. And I'm going to share more of what I know. It's funny, I have lots of videos or lots of ideas of videos, but then when I actually go to speak it, it doesn't come out, and I don't like editing videos. If you've listened this far, fantastic. This is me. This is a whatever kind of a day. And if you want to follow me, fantastic. If not, no biggie. But I'm just going to post what I know. And if it helps you out, fantastic. One of the side notes I'll make is when I start working on people, then they find the benefits from that, then I work on their family. Then I work on their kids. Then I work on their grandparents. I have a fantastic following of people, and they actually want to stop telling other people about me because they're having a harder time getting into me as quickly. So they have to start planning out, which is a good problem to have. So my goal is to get you to feel as better as quickly as possible, and for longevity. And then people might, well, won't you lose clients because they're getting better? No. I get more clients because since I've helped that person get better, they want their friends and family to get better, so I'm busy. The old mentality of if I get people better, then I'm going to be out of a job is bullshit. My job is to get people better as fast as humanly possible. And when they're better and they're living life without pain because of me, that's what brings me joy. And then there's always another person. There's always another person. There's always another person. There's always more people to work on. There's always more people that need the work that I can provide. And my goal by next year, 2025, is to have an online class. I could probably have it done sooner, even by this year, if I find the lack of procrastination that I do. Then I'll have it up and going. But I want to teach other massage therapists. But you have to have the mindset of, I want people to get better. And you have to be able to challenge your own belief system. Like, I'm not telling you you're doing it wrong, but once you understand my concept and my idea, you might question what you've been doing before. Was that right? So one of the things is do no harm. What happens if we're doing harm because we don't understand? We don't know. But once you know and you choose to do harm because you're not understanding and following the lymphatic system of their body, everybody's different, that's your problem. And life happens. So thanks for tuning into this TED Talk. Not really a TED Talk because those are 15 minutes and they have a wealth of information, and I don't feel like that was that wealth. But that's my own insecurities that I'm working through. So thank you for joining me in Garage Talk, Shop Talk.